hold on. Yeah, it's a TUBCAST. Just hold on a second, okay? Just give me a second, guys. I'm busy. I got something more important to do right now.
Oh yeah.
So if you could just hold on, like I have to just putting the brakes on things a little bit. Just give me a second, okay?
Okay.
Thanks everyone for hanging in there with us. I got a couple of things to take care of. Kyle's here and Jeremy, those guys are here.
What's up?
Kuipers is here, but I'll be with y'all in just a minute. Just a minute. Uh-huh.
Don't get ones with swear words, so be careful.
Oh.
We're getting tired of one silly question. Why are you always eating out? We have a very simple answer for you.
This is fun.
Go ahead, tell him, my son. Do you know why we're always eating out?
I don't know.
We're hungry.
We're hungry.
Tired of one
Sorry. I just had some TikToks I needed to catch up
Gotta catch up.
That's really all it's about.
You used to be so beautiful.
Now look at me.
I really, really want Jeremy's TikTok to take off.
I hope it blows up soon.
You got to post though, Jeremy.
Martha
that's
dump
a
truck
requirement.
in the flesh. Come on, Kyle, finish it.
Here comes Jeremy squad.
It's the Goonies squad. You're not a real TikToker.
I haven't posted anything
I
yet.
have no idea what either one of you were just talking about.
Oh man. How do you not,
How
man?
how
How are you
would
not
I?
on TikTok?
Yeah,
No, I'm there.
he's on there. He's
You're not on- you're
Daddy-O
not
TikTok.
Daddy-O
right.
TikTok.
That's right. Look it up. There's no videos.
He's big there.
Nothing like having a push notification saying, "Hey, you should say hi to Daddy-O TikTok."
Yeah, you should.
You should always say hi to Daddy-O TikTok. No, for real, welcome to the TUBCAST. It's been a whole week since we saw you, and I'm obsessed with TikTok. It's like a time suck. I can just turn on and I lose
Yeah,
hours.
you and every 13-year-old girl out there.
Shoo, man, I didn't know I had so much in common with 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
But no, it's a force to be reckoned with. It's one of the fastest growing social media platforms out there right now. And I just tickety talk all the time. I just like the TikToks.
Just keep scrolling.
And I love it's got that Vine almost
got enough
heritage
Vine.
to it. Like
Yeah.
it's like where
I
there's
feel like
that.
there's a little more variety in Vine than this
Well,
feels like
but
there's
for
so
sure.
much
No, but
regurgitation.
but that's the point. It's like people do that. Everybody tries to copy each other and get on the
so
For
they
You
feel
page.
like they're apart.
But then there's
of
some original
each
stuff
other.
on there, and that's there's some real I love the chaoticness of Vines where they just take a hard left turn where something you didn't expect would happen. Like that's just
That's
my favorite
like
part.
an
And
iPhone in your cheeks.
Sure, but
Yeah.
like this has kind of got that. Like it's got that that pedigree of Vine chaoticness sometimes where things will just take a turn and really for the best. It's for my entertainment. And anyways, TikTok, don't download it.
Don't.
Children are getting addicted. It's like a drug.
I need to start
boring
start
Instagram.
posting stupid videos on it. See if I
Do
can
you
get
need to?
famous.
You could get TikTok
I
famous,
could get
Kyle.
TikTok famous.
No, they say you get viral.
That's
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 what they
that
call
one. They do that one. The stinky and fishy, fishy, stinky.
I do know that one. It is bad.
So much
Kyle,
TikTok.
you should do that one.
You should go viral.
I think that'd be great.
Anyways,
Man.
I love that people who don't have TikTok are
They're like,
completely
what
confused
on earth
what's
are
going
you
on.
idiots
Yeah.
talking about?
You shouldn't be on TikTok, is what they're thinking right now.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people
You're on
older,
TikTok.
older than me even getting popular on TikTok by just doing like weird old people stuff. I don't know, drinking wine and stuff. I don't know. It's really something. It's really we're living in a new age.
What a time to be alive.
I think I saw something.
We should
today.
turn our show into
A
just a
TikTok?
series of
Just
TikToks.
a series of TikToks.
You know, you can go live on TikTok, so we could totally get an account. And
There
go
you
We
go.
live.
we probably should.
The one thing is that like, it's interesting how it's become like one of the fastest growing social media platforms out there right now. And also, I saw this thing today where they're talking about Instagram, how some of it's organic. Like your ability to have a post be found organically is kind of failing, and it's causing some people to kind of slow down on their Insta usage. But I don't know, where we go from here. Instagram was just like this silly little photo app at one point where you
Right.
put filters on, and now it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, social media platforms out there. I mean, it's not bigger than Facebook, but
I mean, it's a part of
and,
Facebook.
and now
so-
TikTok. Who knows? It could be the next thing. You could be, just all on TikTok all the time. That could be the future. Kuipers is big in TikTok, right? Because that's where kind of like where the waifu community hangs out.
You know me.
And you like people who like
It's
Aquaman.
more so because of all his cosplay as schoolgirls that he does. Because, he really likes certain type of anime. No? Okay. Shouldn't have shared that with everyone. I'm sorry.
Thank you
Kuipers.
for subbing.
Thank you for
Thank
subbing,
you.
Jolliver.
Hey, Jolliver.
That's-
Thank you.
You're currently on a 24 month.
No,
Streak.
currently 3 months.
Oh, 30-month streak.
But he has
You subscribe for
24
24 months.
Times 5 means that he has given us through this process
Oh
a
boy.
total of $48. I don't know how
You-
lot
that-
of money.
wait.
$120.
24 months.
$120.
Well, some of that goes
Math.
to Twitch.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
financial records
Jeremy.
keeping.
Jeremy, could you read the minutes from our
I could.
Tubcast?
We are currently on TUBCAST 209. And that means we've had 208 previous.
I have never been
Tubcasts.
asked to take notes for a meeting, but I would hate that.
with an
I couldn't
average
be
of
the
an hour
worst.
and 15
I couldn't take notes
to an
in a
hour and
minute.
30
I would
minutes.
say, hey, you know what?
That would mean that we have
How
a
about
total
I push record on my phone and then you guys listen to it later if you want to
You
know.
really want it.
275 to 300
What
hours
is he still talking about?
I don't know.
of TUBCAST. I was given the minutes of our total TUBCASting
Mm,
usage timing.
thank
thing.
you. Okay, so
but then you have to calculate the 24
No,
hours
no,
of extra life over the last
no.
4 years adding in additional. No,
No.
no,
You done,
96
Jeremy?
Hours.
Jeremy, you done yet?
300 hours. Which
Jeremy,
puts
are
us
you
at
done yet?
396 hours. We round up to
He's
400
not.
hours.
Jeremy, are you
We
done
roughly
yet?
400 hours of TUBCasting.
Sometimes a bit has to end, Jeremy. Okay, and this
Yeah.
bit has ran its course. Please stop, Jeremy.
Jeremy, we forgot to carry the 5.
Gosh dang it, Kuipers.
Or the fact that the first 70, 80 episodes were 2 hours long. Or more.
All right.
But that's a good estimate, Jeremy.
Well, there's technically a variable, plus or minus 20%.
Jolliver says Jeremy is Rain Manning.
That's true. He is. At least he's not man raining. You know what I mean?
264.
Shut up about the numbers. No one cares. Jeremy, if you want to talk so much, why don't you tell all the kind ladies and gentlemen what you've been up to this week?
I got an interesting phone call this morning.
You got an interesting phone
I
call?
did. I got a phone call and I answered it. I said hello.
Why would you answer
I
it?
didn't recognize a number. Because sometimes when I don't recognize a number, I just want to
Play with the person
play with
there.
the person and go.
Me too.
you
All
know,
the
let's-
time.
Yeah. Well, so this one I was like, hello, and they're like, hello, is this Jeremy Holt? And I'm like, oh, it's telemarketer. I'm totally gonna get this one. I'm like, yeah. Who are you? They're like, hello, Mr. Holt. This is Sergeant so and so from the Urbandale Police Department. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right. I'm like, uh huh.
Urbandale.
And he's like, is this a good time to talk? And I was like, sure. And then he's like, earlier this week, did you get gas at a Casey's in Urbandale, Iowa? Yeah, I did. Why? Well, sir, we have you and your pickup truck on camera as you pumped gas and then went inside to use the restroom. and then left without paying. And I'm like, paying for what? I paid for the gas outside at the pump. And he's like, no, you didn't. We have you on camera. And I was like, well, I don't know how anyone pumps gas at any current convenience store nowadays. And you don't either put your card in first, or it says go inside and prepay, right? Like, I didn't even know you could get gas to pump out of a
Small towns.
gas
There are
pump.
some
and West
still out there.
Omaha, they still let you
But
do
this, but this is a Casey's. It's a fairly large,
But
you
it's
know,
in Urbandale.
which is in a large city,
It's
the largest city of Iowa.
I know, but Urbandale is like a
Suburb.
Yes.
So let me
it's where
guess,
the rich
you
people live.
actually didn't pay.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll check my credit card statement. You know, card I most likely use. Let me check. Don't see it there.
Oh my gosh,
And I'm like,
Jeremy stole gas.
I don't even know how you do that.
Well, you did it.
Yeah. So I apologize to the Casey's in Urbandale. I got $29 of gas on you.
Wait, you still
and-
haven't paid?
And well, I asked the police officer. I was like, I mean, I'm willing to pay for this. Obviously I'm not paying you. Like, can you get me the contact information of the store? Like what? And he's like, well, I'm just following up on the police report, but I can reach back out to the Casey's and I'll give you a call back shortly.
I love that you
So,
went.
like-
You pumped gas and went into the bathroom. What an arrogant thief!
Right? Right? Like I left it parked out there for a while.
You went to the bathroom and then left. You walk by the cashier.
Twice.
Deuces. I ain't paying.
I know, right? The best part was I went back out and like I had to answer a work call, so I'm actually sitting in the parking lot for probably 10 minutes. Yeah, before I left.
This is like teasing them. When you gonna call the cops?
Right? Like I'm wondering if they're like watching the camera like he's going to leave. Wait. No, he just moved. Why is he sitting over there in that other parking stall? He's like just sitting there on the phone.
You know, that's why you didn't get away with it, because you sat there.
There you go.
They were like, what is that guy doing?
Well, they got
He just
the
stole
reason
gas.
how they got my number was they looked at the tape and used
looked
my,
at
my
your
license
license plate,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So do you have a warrant out for your arrest?
no,
or-
no. So I was like, well, obviously there's a police report. I stole $29 of gas, I guess. And he's like, yeah, actually this happens quite often, and most of the time it is something where it was just an accident. And I was like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? And he's like, well, I'll call them and see if you can send them a check in the mail. And I was like, I can pay with credit cards. They do process credit cards there. And so he called me back like a half hour later, and he gave me contact information, but it has to be with their manager. So I have to call back tomorrow while the manager's working to pay for my gas.
You should go get a prepaid card with just the exact amount on it, just in case.
Why?
Because, I mean, you stole from him. Maybe he'll steal from you.
You know that with credit cards, like non-authorized transactions, they
Yeah,
just
I
like
know.
get put back on there.
I worked in a chargeback department for a while. I know how that works. It was a joke.
It was hilarious. No, so
Yeah,
that
you killed it.
happened
Thanks.
to me today. Yeah.
Well, it's cool to know we have a criminal on the
Yeah.
show. I feel like that
Yeah.
legitimizes our
That gives
our
us some
podcast
street cred.
more.
Yeah. Well, he asked me, he's like, so was that you, Mr. Holt? And I was like, well, yeah, I got gas there, I guess. Yes, I
Just
did.
like brazenly admits it. Yeah, I got gas there. What about it?
I thought it was free day. They didn't charge me.
Well, he didn't even tell. Like it
the
was
pump
like
didn't ask me for a credit card.
it was
just
like 5
kept-
or 6 questions in before he told me that I stole the gas. Like I'm like,
He's like,
So they were leading questions.
oh,
is what you're saying.
absolutely. Yeah, and then I'm like, whatever.
wow.
So, don't steal gas. They have cameras, intentionally or unintentionally. Which I'm still. Next time I'm in Urbandale, I'm gonna go back to that gas station,
You're gonna
and
do
I'm
it
gonna
again,
see
aren't
if
you?
I can get away with stealing gas
No.
He just
before then
admitted
going
it.
inside
just
and paying
admitted it.
for it. See, come on, someone clip that.
Casey's
so
in
you can-
Arbordale.
You know what you
or Urbandale.
Here's what you do, Jeremy. You go, you fill up your tank, you walk in, go to the bathroom.
That's right.
Then do some shopping
And pay for
buy
the food.
just for the grocery or the food that you buy.
Yeah, and when they say, "Do you have gas?"
say no, and then walk out and drive.
No, I'm feeling just fine. Wink.
I know you go. You know what? Yeah, I do. Can you hand me the gas X
Yeah,
back there? Yeah, I'll take it.
I need some Tums.
Yeah.
Where are those at?
Yeah. Just prolong
but I'll
it.
put all of it on TikTok, so
Yeah.
it'll be great.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Yes.
Yeah.
Now Daddy-O TikTok.
Daddy-O
is
TikTok.
Penitentiary
Daddy-O
Jeremy.
thief.
The
TikTok.
gas thief.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't.
If you were
Yeah.
a wrestler, your move would be the Dutch oven. Anyways, thank you for confessing your sins this evening
Yeah,
to
no problem.
the internet.
No problem.
They
This is
appreciate it.
confessional.
Mhm.
So it's been I don't know how many days
Since you looked at me.
since I,
Oh man.
All right, we got the dead horse out here too.
Bare naked ladies never gets old. Kick it, beat it. We done buried that horse and we just like to dig it back up
Dig it
sometimes
back up
to
every
kick
now
it.
and then.
Well, let's kick it again. It's our favorite Canadian horse. All right. Well, good job, Jeremy, for dealing with that police officer.
Hopefully, you pay for that gas.
the best part is I probably wouldn't have answered the phone had I not been like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna whoever this telemarketer is,
I'm gonna get
show
him.
them.
What would have been better is if the whole time the officer was talking to you, you were just like, "Sir, I'm recording this conversation. I know my rights, sir. Sir, I'd
Am
like
I
you to
being
know,
detained?
sir, am I being detained?"
I plead the fifth.
Oh, that would have been that
and
would
the
have been
fourth
perfect.
and the first. Which the fifth and the first, never mind. You figure that one out.
I know my rights, sir.
There's opposites
Just
if you don't
after
know.
everything he says.
I know my rights,
I'm
sir.
recording this conversation for my safety.
You can't intimidate me.
I have my hands on my cellular device.
Oh man, those videos are fun.
What's the I'm a emancipated something.
Constipated.
No, when they like they're
what
not
those
part
Tums are
of
for.
they're not a citizen or they're a something kind of citizen where they don't have to follow the laws. What was there's a where they like I don't recognize you as authority.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
An idiot.
That's true.
Just tell the cops I don't answer questions.
that would have been good too.
I've seen that video.
No. What are
I
you?
don't answer. I don't answer questions. Okay, sir. Have a nice day.
How can I prove who you are?
Can I have your
Can I speak to your
badge?
supervisor?
Badge number.
Name and
please?
badge number.
So, Kyle, did you get arrested this week?
I did not get arrested this week.
Well, it sounds like you're not doing a good life job.
Come get
I'm not.
coppers.
But I did catch a mouse
Bad
that
boys,
had been in
bad
my
boys.
house.
Oh, are we going Dr.
Did you
Seuss?
kill-
What's
No,
next?
I-
Did you kill the
There-
mouse?
I can't
It
wait.
is dead. It's gone.
Did you find it under a blouse?
No,
Oh,
it was in my kitchen.
sounds like a louse.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really
Come on, Jeremy.
Jeremy, come on.
itching.
Wait, what? We were rhyming things
said
with
kitchen.
house.
He said
No,
kitchen.
then he said, I said,
And
I
I
found
was-
it in the kitchen.
And I said,
and
that
he was
sounds
going.
really itching.
Why was it? Does the mouse have
No,
a
there was
disease?
another letter in front of itchin.
Buh.
ST?
Yes.
Stitchin'.
Ditchin.
Yeah.
That was the one.
D's.
Yeah, no, we.
So you caught a mouse.
Yeah, caught it
In your house.
It was. It's been a few
Were you
days.
wearing a
Knew that it
blouse?
was in the house. I had seen it at one point. In fact, one night, the first night that I realized we had a problem, it had been underneath the stand that my television is on. I was playing Ghost Recon, and I see something just kind of scurry underneath my chair, and I'm like, "What? No!" So went and got some mouse traps and took care of it.
That's a fun game.
So it
Mouse
is,
trap?
except when it's like real life mouse. Then it's not quite as fun.
What did you? What kind of traps did you?
It was a tomcat trap.
What's that mean? Is it
like-
the one that kills them with the
The
no
big- it's a
traditional?
It's kind of traditional, but
The
not.
big plastic one.
It's like a plastic
Oh,
like
so you don't
black.
have to deal with
it. Almost looks like a bag clip,
Mm-hmm.
and so you just kind of set it, and then it steps
it
on
caught
the
it, huh?
stuff, and it snaps.
What'd you
So,
put on there for bait?
They sell a bait that goes with it,
And it
so
worked, huh?
It worked. It worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a master at that?
I wouldn't call myself a master. I'd say I'm all right.
You're an all right baiter.
I'm an all right baiter.
All right.
Yeah,
Then,
but he's a master trapper.
good. Did you make a little hat out of the mouse skin?
No, I
like
did
a coon
not.
hat with the
I
tail.
did not. But
It's
I,
like for his pinky
I could have.
pinky warmer.
Jolliver says I used the one that looked like a puck. Don't throw those in the trash can without wrapping them.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Inform us, Jolliver.
Is
We
it,
need
is
to
it
know.
Yeah, we need to
raccoons?
know.
Is that the concern you have? I don't think they eat mice. Ooh, tomcats in the neighborhood, but they don't care if they're already dead.
That's true.
Tomcats in the neighborhood. Tomcats. Up to no good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a
Um. Other than that,
he said mice get gooey when they're dead.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we threw.
You don't
it
get
in
the glue traps, and then they just all get stuck on there.
That's your. I knew you were going to bring that up. You
What?
always have to bring up your awful traps that you use.
They work really
Glue
well.
traps are the worst.
Why? Because you have to then kill the mouse yourself.
Yes. Why do you want to do that? That's only for crazy people who want to
but
kill
they
the mouse.
catch them without needing
Jeremy
bait.
just
You put them in their walking.
Kyle just caught
ways.
one with the thing, and it came with the bait. It's fine. See?
Yeah.
You know what I use? I use peanut butter. It's in the house always, anyways. Just put a little dabby do, and then you. Anyways,
Dabble do.
a dabble do. So that's all you did, huh, Kyle?
Yeah. That I watched some TVs too.
Multiple
caught the,
TVs at the same time.
Yeah. You know, you gotta catch up, or you'll have that FOMO. No, I started watching Peaky Blinders. Had gotten a good tip from friend of the show, Ravi Lula. He said that he watches
He's a
it
friend
with
of Peaky Blinders?
no, a friend of our show.
Oh,
friend,
I was
friend
like,
of
wow,
this
you know
show.
people who are friends of shows.
No, this show, Jeremy.
I'm a friend of that show, All That, on Nickelodeon
I-
in the 90s.
Yeah.
That
I
one's
saw
my
some
friend.
Peaky Blinders, and I thought it was...
You didn't like Peaky Blinders.
It was
May
more
not be
like
up your.
Stinky Hinders.
Was
if
it
you know what
because
I'm
was it
saying.
because of the axe, like the
no,
heavy
it's like
accents
the
and stuff?
timing of the show seemed really slow paced.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a period piece, gangster. Stop it! Stop it!
I didn't do anything.
That face.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
was born with it.
So anyway,
He's making fun of you,
There's
Eric.
there's heavy accent and sometimes with like the slang and everything that they used, even with the British accent, it's kind of tough to pick up on what they're saying.
Cookie pusher.
So
That's slang for being a chubby teenager who eeats cookies for breakfast.
yeah, that is true.
My dad called me a cookie pusher when I was.
Oh, no. Oh.
Anyway, the suggestion was to watch it with subtitles, and I did, and
Why?
I don't think I'll ever go back. Just because if you don't catch what they're saying with the heavy English, I don't know if it's like like Cockney or if it's one of the other.
What?
Whoa, excuse you?
Whoa, what? I don't know what that means.
Chicken what?
You want what? You want them
Chicken
to
Little.
You said you want them to do what to you?
So yeah, with subtitles, it makes it a little bit easier to follow in
0
some of those
days,
moments.
Kyle. 0 days.
I didn't say anything. Said real words.
Is that like when someone says beer me?
Yeah, beer me that.
Yes.
Beer me that CD.
Pretty much.
They just rub a rooster on your knee.
Yeah.
So is beer me where they rub a beer on your knee?
I don't know.
I thought the beer was for drinking.
he said Cockney. There.
Maybe he's eating chicken.
Oh, finger licking chicken.
In your mouth, chicken.
I just.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
That's where you put food.
That's fair. That is where you put food.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
What you been doing this week, Eric?
Oh no, I don't think Kyle was done.
What? There's
What?
more?
No, I did watch the end of the season finale of the Righteous Gemstones.
Oh boy.
Are you caught up on the show, or are you behind? I know you were
Don't
watching
talk
it.
about my behind.
I'm not talking about your behind. You are
Behind me. Oh.
Get behind me, Kyle.
You found yourself in just one of those moods. And now I just don't know how to talk to you.
With your mouth.
With
Use
your
words.
That's what I've been doing.
Jeremy and I are having so much fun tonight.
Your words, Kyle.
Be a big boy.
You can do it. We don't know what you're thinking unless you share.
You know, I'm sure there are some people that are like, "Are you guys? Why are you guys all so giggly tonight?" I don't even.
Oh, is this someone's asking Darth Muret?
Darth
Muret. Anyway, I'll call you Darth.
Mewert?
They're asking, is this the Back to the Future 1 or 2 car? This is number uno.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have Mr. Fusion on it.
No fusion.
So, yeah, it's the first one. Thank you for noticing it.
That was a great question.
It was a birthday gift from my friend Nathan.
Friend of the show, Nathan.
Yeah, so we have lots of friends of the shows. Ooh, there's
Yeah.
a spider right there. Will you kill it? I don't
Put
like
it in a trap.
spiders.
Put it in a trap.
I missed it.
Oh, how could you do that yourself?
Get the bait.
Get bait.
I'm not
put it
great
in a
with
trap.
bait.
You're a bit. All right, so you finished the gemstones.
Yeah, that took a little more of a different approach than I expected with the ending of the season. So
Best show of the year so far
it'll
for
be-
me. It's on the top list of me right now.
I really can't tell if you're serious or not.
100% serious.
It was really good.
I can't say I've seen a better show this year.
And it's one of those that
Is that by contractual obligation?
I'm paid by. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other shows I've watched this year that were good.
none.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's number one, but it's really
The
one of my
Good
favorites.
really well written.
Season 5.
Barry's really good, so it's hard to beat that too. But
Yeah.
I was really blown away by it. I kind of got on board with it, thinking it would just kind of be, just I don't know, an irreverent joke fest making fun of Christians, and it totally didn't end up being that. It was just
Right. I mean, it's there. It is that, but it's not. That's not what the show's identity is all about. The way that it seems like it is the first couple episodes.
I think though it does a really good job of it not making fun of Christians. Like,
True.
I don't think it doesn't, because it doesn't ever mock what Christians believe.
True.
It just makes light of people who are taking advantage of other people. Like, these people are bad people,
Right.
and it makes fun of them in that situation. So I think that's what that's why I really like it. I think it doesn't just go for the easy like punchlines.
Well, and
the
it's
easy
really
jokes
smart too, because the first half of the season you kind of are in this place where it's like, oh, this is just straight up ridiculous comedy, and then the last 2 or 3 episodes, there's a lot of heavy stuff that it hits you with. It's just like, I didn't.
Like bricks.
Yes, like things to think about. So
All in all,
like
an
mental
anvil.
bricks. Yeah. But just like more thought provoking than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it was great. I really liked
So-
it. It was a good show. I would recommend it unless you don't like male nudity. If you
There
can't
is some of
handle
that.
some male nudity, I think they made it a goal to have it in all 9 episodes in some form or another. It's
Is
not
it really?
Yeah, it's not grotesque, but it's definitely there.
Yeah.
There's some. I'm just saying. It's really good. I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. You played some Breakpoint, you said.
Yes.
How are you feeling about that? You warming up to it?
yeah,
You cooling
I've-
down to it?
I haven't gotten
Going
as
to-
much time as I wanted so far with it, but I mean, I've liked the game seems to play well.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of different instances where it seems like it's not displaying everything correctly as you're turning or whatnot. I'll see little flickers up in the top corners, like it's trying to process everything, and it just is not keeping. I think Jeremy
Yeah.
kind of touched on it last week that on the standard Xbox, there are some points where it kind of chugs a little bit. It
Seems
just
to be where there's more.
doesn't display things as well.
At least for me, when there's more NPCs in the general vicinity or more things going on environmentally or something like. You
Yeah,
just
mine
blew
seems like
something
it's like when
up
it's really dark environment and you're like surrounded by trees and shadow that
See,
it's
that's
like it
what's
can't
weird.
really tell what it's doing.
Like I have had zero problems with the performance. Like that's what's really.
And
weird.
I mean, it's not like persistent either. It's just every once in a while I'll see these like little lines that seem like it's supposed to be something that's dark, but it'll just be kind of a little red line that's up in the corners. So
Weird. Jolliver says stop mumbling, Jeremy.
yeah.
Darth says it's bad. It says Breakpoint is bad. I don't. So I've played a handful of hours. I don't know how long or how far I'm into it. It is interesting to me because I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about it. It's like the shooting in it. I think Jeremy, you touched on this a lot. The shooting's kind of fun. It's fairly
It's satisfying,
Yeah, it's like that's a good part of the game. I do enjoy just like it's kind of that almost Far Cry like thing of going to a base
Yep.
and just clearing it out and killing all the enemies and there's
That's
a lot of
good
that.
yeah,
But I mean, when
good.
you think about it, this is Ubisoft, so of course, right? Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be
That's true.
You know that they're gonna do that.
But I still, every time I pick it up, I realize I have zero desire to do the actual missions.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, and then I don't feel like I don't see myself finishing this game at all. But the one thing is, it feels like to me, and I say this because I mentioned the Far Cry thing. It really feels like the Heinz 57 of Ubisoft games. It feels like they're like,
There's a little bit of everything.
like what if we just throw. So you got the Division in there, you got Far Cry in there,
You got Watch
you
Dogs.
got Watch Dogs
Yep.
in there, you got like
And
some Rainbow Six in there.
Is there a little
You've
Assassin's Creed?
You've got definitely Assassin's
Oh,
Creed.
absolutely.
The way the loot works is
Mhm.
like more like Assassin's Creed than it is like Division. So
That
like
is true. There's
so-
still some Division-y aspects to it, though.
right, there's Division.
When you get the
there's stuff,
guns dropping.
right, the colors
Yeah.
and stuff. But the
Yeah.
thing is, like the loot is more like Assassin's Creed, where it doesn't feel. It feels inconsequential. Like you don't.
Right.
The color doesn't necessarily mean that much. Where like in the Division, it's everything. Like you
Because
don't-
once you have the item, you can then make that any item that you have appear as that too. You can keep your appearance and still upgrade your equipment.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it does feel like they just had these. I don't know the team that's working on. I don't know if it's a hodgepodge from other teams, from other games, or if it's just like, hey, let's try to put everything in it. It feels a little like undercooked, like they didn't fully flesh out all the ideas that they had, and I don't know. It's.
Have you tried taking a vehicle and just going off-road or down a mountain?
All I do is
Yeah.
go off. I just go
Like-
straight to the.
How do you
point.
feel about the driving mechanics?
I don't hate them, but they're not. They're not.
They're not
terrible.
They're a little
mean,
loose
they're-
though,
yeah.
and like you can use any vehicle and drive over a rock.
Yeah,
Like, a
I
big
mean, it's
one.
Well,
you
some
know?
I think,
rocks.
I think
not-
that they wanted you to be able to get anywhere with most of the.
There's some pretty
different
big
ways.
like mountains and cliffs where
Right,
I can't. You got to go around.
There's some
them.
you gotta
There's
go
some
around.
that you got to
that's
go
true.
around, but there
My-
are some that
or,
it's like,
or steal a
how
helicopter.
am I still driving up this thing?
You remember that scene from Tommy Boy where Chris Farley is just rolling down the hill? He's like,
You've rolled down the hill, haven't you?
this game lets you do that.
Yes,
because
it does.
if you're moving too quickly,
Down a hill, you totally Chris Farley down the hill, and it's
I've tried to
hilarious.
purposely pick the where I could try to fall as long as possible.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because he just keeps rolling, and if there's snow, he starts getting covered in snow, and
Yeah.
like that stuff is. I think personally, I think the game looks great. Like there are scenes where it's like sunset and the wind is blowing, and maybe it's
Right.
raining, and like the atmosphere looks. It's Black Sheep. Sorry, Darth, you're right. I said Tommy Boy,
Yep.
and it's Black Sheep. Hey, those movies came out like one after another, right in the same era. I can never separate them in my brain. It's a bad thing.
What about the drone?
What about the drone?
I don't.
It's the same as it was in the last.
How often do you get away from it? from the ones that attacked the
Oh,
guys.
you
in
mean the
hoods.
drones that are coming
The
after
big
you?
one, the big
Like
red
that
one that
catches-
flies over and like
that if
you
it catches you, it
hides
like
your HUD and you can't
Yeah.
get away. And
I've
then,
never encountered that.
Are you kidding me? I had it
It's
happen
bad.
like every 5 minutes for an hour.
wonder if
and
it's
I
once you
about
get to a-
threw my controller.
I wonder if it's when you get to a certain level.
it's just if you get
It's-
caught.
I
like
think it's if you
sh-
are
if
killing so many people
yeah.
and not getting hurt or not getting seen, they'll send this big red drone over.
If you're attacking people and the drone is nearby, it will, and they go, hey, we've got somebody here. The drone will fly by. If it picks you up, your
You're
HUD
done.
basically goes into static, and you can't see where anybody is, and people
and they drop these like heavily armored people at you.
Yeah.
So it's like in Assassin's Creed where they send those.
It's
really
like an
big-
almost guaranteed death.
what are the guys in Assassin's
Oh, yeah,
Creed
yeah,
where
yeah.
they send those really elite dudes after you?
Yes,
That's
it's
like,
very
that are
much
hard
like
to
that.
kill.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I did figure out you can destroy the drone,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be in another flying vehicle, a helicopter, and shoot it down, which is not very easy by yourself because the way that they do a lot of the helicopters is, as the pilot, there's only one I think in there that you can actually shoot,
Mm.
and the rest of them you have to be on a turret on the side or something like that. So it's really pushing some of those things to require multiplayer. But I ended up landing a helicopter on top of the drone and moving along with it, and eventually the fact that they were hitting each other, they blew up. So, but it took a long time to do. I was, again, not playing the game the way they want you to play the game.
I feel like I
in the
probably fall in that same category as Eric, that this won't be a game that I'll finish. I think some of that may be the fact that of just kind of when it came out too, because there's so many other games that are coming
So
real
many
close.
other games that you didn't finish.
Well, no, just that there's other games that are coming out
kidding.
soon
Not
that I really want to
No,
play.
honestly, I jokingly say that, but the thing is, like, I went through Borderlands. I finished that. I didn't necessarily enjoy all my time with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and played Gears, and I finished that. And I felt like both of those games were games that I just pushed through, and I didn't necessarily enjoy all of it. And so now I've got this game, and I'm like, I'm not doing this to myself again. Like, I am not having fun with it, like enough fun to just keep playing it when I don't feel like it.
Yep.
And it's just like I'm not doing it anymore. Like I don't know. I wish.
Right.
So you're saying that you've gone back to Fortnite?
So that's the thing is like Fortnite Chapter 2. Can I just like?
It's like
everybody-
season 11, though, right?
It's
I mean,
Chapter 2, Season 1. But yes,
I mean,
technically,
Chapter 2.
I'm a well-known Fortnite sympathizer.
Mm-hmm.
I know that makes me a bad person.
Nah.
No, it's an okay game.
I think that they make a ton of money, and they have privilege to do things that other games just can't do. And I think the fact that I know Apex did this way before them with the whole new map and everything. But
I mean, PUBG has,
new maps, right?
multiple
PUBG did that before
but-
too, before Apex even. But I think the way they handled it was kind of cool. They did, I'm sure a lot of people, if you're following any gaming news at all, saw the black hole thing that happened Sunday, and then it was down until Tuesday.
They even inadvertently took down the Epic store too, which that's kind of funny.
Well, I think it crashed because so many people were like trying to.
Oh, is that
Well,
what it was?
They had people.
Log in.
Yeah, you wanted to be in the game
when it happened.
when it happened to actually
Right.
experience the event. And it was interesting seeing a lot of videos of people in different stages of the game experiencing the event. Like some were just in the lobby, but they still had something happen to them in
Yeah.
the lobby
So
versus.
it pretty much like sucked the whole game into a black hole, and then there was just people staring at a black hole with numbers coming out of it randomly. Occasionally a number would show up.
Did you try the mini game that I posted a thing about?
Oh, I saw you had posted something in a group we were in that said that, but we had done that like because we were watching Twitch streamers right when
Doing
it
the same thing
came up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you could put in Konami code and play a little like space shooter.
Is it Galaga?
Galaga type
Yeah.
game. it's one of those things where like, yeah, if you don't like Fortnite, you don't like Fortnite. That's fine. But I do think that they continue to kind of just do creative things and they just keep it fresh.
It looks
a lot.
significantly
The graphic
better.
update is
Yeah.
impressive. I think
Water was cool. I didn't get a chance to fish.
Yeah, you can swim and fish, and there's boats, and it's cool because you can get a fish, and it'll upgrade. It'll, I think, raise your shield or your health or
You
whatever.
can find special guns too, right?
Yeah, you can
when
find
fishing.
lots of different weapons, different things
Man,
like
Jeremy's
that. So
already played.
he was
I
playing
won a
when-
game.
He was playing when I came in tonight, and he got a battle
It's all
royale.
bots.
Right, but that's the most disappointing part about this that I was kind of getting to, but is they definitely added bots. There's no hiding it. You'll run into other characters on the map that are just stupid, and they'll just be like hacking away at a tree, and you'll shoot them,
Yeah.
and then they'll just
They
slowly
will shoot
decide to
back,
shoot you.
But then they'll like switch their weapons constantly.
they're trying to make them look like real players.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that they decided that they needed to put bots into the game?
I
that
think
anybody's...
the only thing I can think of is that they're trying to onboard new players so that they feel like they can do it. Because the problem with a game like Fortnite that has a huge install base, it happens with all games really, is when they're online for a long time, and those people who play the heck out of that game.
Look at Call of Duty, right?
Right, yeah, they're
if
just-
you don't play that the first 2 weeks and you
Yeah.
play multiplayer,
You're-
give up.
They're
You're done.
they're just so good at it that then people get discouraged and don't want to play. So I get it from that standpoint. It's a smart like business move because then
Sure.
a new person plays and they get a handful of kills and they're like, oh man, I'm doing really well.
So supposedly
I'm good at
though,
this game.
as you level up or
Yeah.
your skill gets better, there's less bots in the matches
Right,
you're in.
right.
Whatever that means.
So like my 8-year-old son, who is very good at Fortnite, way better than I am, like when he plays a solo match, he's getting like almost no bots. When I play a solo match, I feel like I'm getting mostly bots. So it's just like, it's one of those things where like when I first played it, the first round I played solo, and I'm like, I had 6 kills in like 10 minutes. What is going on? I'm really good at this all of a sudden, and then I realized there's something fishy.
It's like Call of Duty
happening.
Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
But
mean-
that doesn't seem to have bots though, right? Like I can't find any.
No one has said that there is any bots. I think some of that is legitimately the large install
base.
base.
I did notice. I think offline I mentioned that to you, Kyle. That like I noticed on Call of Duty Mobile, as I started to rank up, I noticed it getting more difficult. But I think that's actually a matchmaking thing. 'Cause
Right.
I think
Right.
They've
Another-
always with any Call of Duty, they've
Mhm.
always been really good at their
matchmaking.
matchmaking.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
bots do make sense because I think that was one of the things that really sucked me into the Titanfall games was that they had those bots that were running around that you knew were bots. You knew it
Yeah.
wasn't the other
They added to your score,
people.
and you could
They
get
added
kills.
to your score, so you still were like helping your team out and
Mhm.
helping your score as you were killing these bots that were basically inconsequential. So
Yeah.
it made you feel like you were still part of something
Yeah.
and valuable, even if you weren't the best on the team.
So
So,
I think the better players, you pretty much can ignore the bots if you want to.
Yeah. Well, and they've added. I think
You
if
could
they-
use those as like bait for
Yeah.
other players.
You
So you
could.
could like monitor the bots for someone to come kill them.
Sure.
And then,
When I think they're gonna add, or they do have added. I don't know, but they're like more like specifically ranked matches now.
those have no bots.
So,
They did
yeah,
confirm
So those don't have bots. yeah.
competitive or whatever the term
Yeah.
they call it. Don't have.
was that like a
bots.
ranked type of thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's out. If you're into Fortnite, I'd say it's a really good time to check out Fortnite again. If you thought it wasn't for you,
Sure.
like try it. Play a few rounds. Maybe you don't like it still. That's fine. But I think it's a good time to like if you've never played and you're curious, like check it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay any money. It's free.
I did play a little bit of the new map in Apex.
I did too. I think
Um,
I realized what my biggest problem is with that game is I hate playing it with randos. I
Yeah.
absolutely hate it.
Oh
They're-
yeah,
like,
as a
we
squad,
we
is
should
the best.
squad up again
And
sometime.
since they had that solo mode for a little bit, and I really enjoyed that, and then they
Mm-hmm.
took it away right away, and I'm like, I do not like this game because I mean, sometimes you get players that'll revive you and they'll work together, but it's like
They'll just drop on their own. They'll
every
ignore
time
you.
they
Yeah.
peel off as soon as
Yep.
we get out of the thing,
Yeah.
and it's like they don't want to go where you go, and it's like, okay, they said I'm the jump master, so maybe you should listen. And then
Yeah.
if you relinquish jump master responsibilities, then
they take
act
you
like
right
you're,
into the
you're
like,
an idiot. And like,
craziest. Yeah.
that's the thing. I played that a little bit just the other night, and I was like, oh, this is cool, but I kind of wish I
Yeah.
had a real team that I could talk to.
Let's squad up.
Invited us.
I want to.
Why would I invite you? You weren't online.
That's true.
Anyways, those are
I'll
the
play
video
with you
games.
sometime.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. I did want to mention I watched El Camino on Netflix.
How is that?
Freaking amazing.
Okay.
I loved every minute of
I've
it.
seen a couple of different things saying that they were like
Fan
it's-
service to the highest level.
Okay.
If you
If you like the world of Breaking Bad, then you're
They're
going to
gonna-
like the movie.
they're gonna just like, yeah, force feed you cameos
Okay.
the whole time. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've seen a couple of things that were like that people have tweeted or this or that. That's like the moment when you know who shows up, and I'm just like, I don't know who you know who is, and I don't want to see this, but I haven't had a chance to like watch it because my wife never watched Breaking Bad, so it's one of those things that you kind of balance when you have a chance to watch it. So I probably will watch it this weekend, but.
Thanks for sharing your
heard
excuses
it's-
with
No,
everyone,
I just-
Kyle.
Yeah,
It's-
and telling
it's-
us that you don't care about your wife.
No,
yeah,
it's the-
thanks
it's
for throwing
that
your wife
difference.
under the bus, Kyle.
Yeah. Sorry, honey.
Uh-huh.
You're under that bus now.
No, I think so. Here's the deal. It's really good if you are if you like Breaking Bad, and I think even if you don't like Breaking Bad, it's still very suspenseful. It's very the pacing on it's really good.
Does it
I
give
think
you a
that
good, like, completed story that you wouldn't even have to have watched any of the other stuff?
I think like if your wife's not at all interested in going back to the drawing board,
Sure.
Like no, like to have her watch like a 5-minute YouTube recap before you guys jump
Right.
into it. There's tons of those out there, and so I would say get a general idea of what was going on here, and then so the cameos are going to mean diddly squat.
Nothing, yeah.
But the storyline that actually plays out is excellent. I think they did such. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know how else you could really make this like continuation of Breaking Bad. Like I don't know how else they could have done it better. And that doesn't mean that it's the best thing ever, but it's just like they already wrapped so much up. Sure. Like how could they have done this much better? I don't think they.
Darth Muir says, confirms Breaking Bad has always been a Western at its core. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, they flat out just kind of reference that in some ways in this. So I get why he says that, but no spoilers here. Yeah, I get that.
I think it's so interesting that they have that like this movie has seemed like it has gotten high praise. The series as a whole, I think that there's not really been a large chunk of the fan base that even like the last season were like, man, this show just didn't end well. It wasn't
really
good. I don't know.
Didn't like it?
Huh?
That's news to me. I didn't realize people didn't like the way it ended.
No,
No,
that's
he's
what I'm
saying
saying.
he
I'm saying
doesn't
I
think-
haven't heard.
Oh.
of
Yeah,
people
I don't. This
think-
isn't one of those series where they're like, oh, this season wasn't.
I think it's-
the entire thing.
I
start
think
to
the entire
finish
thing
was,
start to finish
yeah.
has been considered just fantastic.
Yeah.
And then what they have done with Better Call Saul
Yeah, it's
has
also
been
really good.
just fantastic. So the fact that then they can come back and like surprise drop this movie that has gotten just as glowing a response from people.
Yeah.
I think it just says a lot to that world that Vince Gilligan has put together and built
Well,
to
and
be able to.
It's not only that; it's just that his writing, he doesn't fall into tropes of other writers and like series, and he just doesn't let you down in ways that other people do. I
Right.
mean, and he does fan service really well. Like I think it's something where he kind of respects the fans and doesn't treat you like an idiot, but he also kind of gives you a little bit of what you want.
Right.
Yeah, Jolliver. Kyle likes to say fantastic. I was gonna be nice and not point it out, but Jolliver
I
did.
smiled when you said
Jolliver
it.
said 2 more, and we'll have Fantastic Four. It's okay, Kyle.
Thank you, Jolliver.
He-
Slap my hand more when I do that. I need to break that habit.
It's your favorite word, Kyle. It's okay. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Man. Anyway.
The longer
great.
you pause in the middle of it is how well we know you mean it.
Because I'm trying to search for something else
Like,
and I just can't find it, and I'm just gonna.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I was
There
just
we have
curious
4.
what Rotten Tomatoes said about it because I had never looked.
Certified.
Wow, 93%. It's really good. It is really good. I loved it. You'll love it too if you love Breaking Bad. It's just weird because it's like, what's his face? Well, I just lost Jesse,
Jesse.
the actor. What's his name?
Aaron
Paul. It's like he was just meant to play Jesse, and you see him in other stuff, not so great. And then he goes back to Jesse, and you're just like, man, where does this come from? Is it like,
It's just real.
is it
That's what
is it the director like able to just get this out of him better, or like,
Or is it the writing that's
the
able to
writing?
get it? I mean, because I think he's done a fantastic job. Even
There
though
it is
it's-
again.
Gosh dang it! Thank you. He did.
You can't stop
He did
yourself.
good, even though he's not.
He did good.
Like on the screen.
Wait, Kyle, though, how good was it though?
It was really good.
I mean,
It was fantastic.
It was pretty awesome.
oh man.
I like what the character that he plays on BoJack Horseman a lot too. So it's even though it's not something that he's on screen, it is a really good character that's built for him,
Yeah.
and he fits that role really well.
Yeah.
So I think if you've got a good character for him, I think he's a good actor, but I think he just he's picked some of the wrong things,
Yeah.
and that's the reason that he hasn't shown up as
Maybe.
frequently as you would think you should after Breaking Bad ended.
Sure, I could see that. Darth says he was supposed to die early in the show. That's correct.
And that would
But they
have been
decided
the
to
worst
keep
decision
him
ever.
On, we would not have an El Camino. All right, we got one little chunk of news here, a little tidbit, a little nugget, a little juicy dropping.
In the news.
This one comes from ScreenRant.com. This is Robert Pattinson. Says his Batman isn't a hero, and the Jeremys rejoice.
Yeah, I saw
Finally
this
a thing.
article and I just had to bring it because I know that it would make Jeremy happy. He says that it's not necessarily, and the title's a little misleading. He says that he doesn't think that Batman is a hero. It doesn't necessarily mean that the movie itself and that the movie vision will be a villainous Batman or like. But my guess would be, since this is kind of spinning off of what they were doing with Affleck, that it is going to be something that's that darker version of Batman. But they haven't released any plot or anything like that. But it is interesting. He said in there, in an article, he said his morality's a little bit off. He's not the golden boy, unlike almost every other comic book character. There is simplicity to his worldview, but where it sits is strange, which allows you to have more scope with the character. And then he said, anytime I say anything about the movie at all, people jump on it and think, oh, what does this mean? So he's like, I don't know. I can't really tell you what anything is as far as what the actual Batman in this movie is going to be.
He's just saying this is the way he's going to play.
That's the way that, and I think the way that he kind of views Batman as a whole, so that's probably the method with which he'll kind of direct himself towards the character, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how the character will be written or anything like that. So,
Yeah. I really hope they do make a better bat suit. I really did not like this last one. Ooh. Least favorite bat suit.
Really?
Yeah. for
Least
sure.
favorite of all of them.
All of them. Yes, for sure. I'd rather have
Bat nipples?
I'd rather have Shoemaker's bat nipples
Ugh.
than this bat suit. I did not like this bat suit.
Well, some of this bat suit, they tried to do the Dark Knight Returns thing with the old Batman,
Which looks great on a comic
and
book.
on the comic book page,
Yeah.
the old like chunky bat on
Yeah,
the chest looks right.
It looks
In a
cool.
movie, it
I don't even
doesn't.
care about the bat. That's fine. It's just the suit. Like, I don't like the weird like faux scowl in the brow, and like it's just
The brow is pretty
it's
pretty
just,
bad.
Yeah.
It looks really. The eyes look weird, like a hawk or something, like a bird. I just ugh. It's
Well, I mean,
more.
it
It's
is-
more about the cowl for me that I really, really dislike about this most recent suit.
I could see that. I do like the ears being a little bit shorter instead
Nah.
of like the giant like antenna ones that
Nah.
Keaton had. But
Bob Kane is really where it's at. He knows how to draw Batman. That's all I'm saying. Anyways,
I never really noticed that about the eyes, that they were like
they
that
look
permanent.
like an eagle, and it
Yeah.
looks like an angry eagle.
But you know what? It's funny because
Angry Eagle Man.
well, but it's funny because that's
I'm here to call over your parade.
you look at it and it kind of looks like, what was the name of the character in was it Hawkman in Watchmen?
Yep. It
And
looks
that's-
like that.
It looks very much like that. You're right.
And
And then they played
wasn't
him
it?
as
Isn't he
or
an
the owl. You're
guy?
right. There we
Owl
go.
Man.
Yeah, Owl Man.
And then they played him very much as Rorschach, which it was the now I can't think of the director's name.
Scott Pilgrim.
Me either.
Scott
I don't
Pilgrim.
know.
Jeez,
What was that?
that was a button that was bumped by
Jeez, Kyle.
accident.
Nice job, Kyle. Oh, that was fantastic.
Wait, you're talking about the director of Watchmen and the
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman?
Scott Snyder,
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah,
Zachary Snidler.
Mr. Snidler.
I'm curious to see where this goes. I don't know. I'm on board. Whatever.
Yeah.
I like Batman. Robert Pattinson. Just don't screw it up. I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
2021 is when it's supposed to be out,
2020.
and yeah, I'll go see it.
Me too.
It's Batman.
It'll be.
Speaking of going to see things, I bought my Jesus is King Kanye West film IMAX ticket today.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't check with me
I
to
didn't
see if I wanted to go.
I didn't think anyone would want to go
Don't
with me.
care. That's what he said.
I know. I just figured no one would want to go, so I should have checked. I guess. I was like, so I'm going by myself at noon on Friday, next Friday, the 25th of October. I have a feeling it's not going to sell out, but you're probably working, aren't you? I'm sorry, Kyle.
Probably.
Oh, but if you want to skip work and come, no,
I'll let you know if I'm free.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm so curious. He's been going around the country showing little snippets of it to people.
Is he
so
finally going to release the album?
there's rumors that the album might release on the same day, but he said if he's happy with it, then. So who knows?
I mean, it'll release when he's happy.
He's
with
never going to release music again, is he?
I don't know. He's a perfectionist.
it. He's gonna Randy Travis it.
Mm-hmm. He said that. He said he's remember because Randy Travis won't sing his old songs.
Yep.
I don't know if Kanye's not going to sing his old songs,
So
but he said he's not going to record new music that isn't gospel music.
So that means they're gonna go on a cruise tour together.
I think we already had this
We're gonna get
conversation
tickets.
slightly
We
Yeah,
had this
probably.
conversation before.
about cruises
I mean,
and Randy Travis. I don't remember who we put on that cruise, but
was
we
yeah.
made up a fantastic lineup, though.
we did.
There's one other, I can't remember.
It's okay, Jeremy. I
DC
know.
talk.
You got a
That's
Yeah.
true.
you got a memory thing. It's
Oh,
fine.
Man.
Yeah.
It's okay, Jeremy. Everything's okay. We're not making fun of you.
You remember things.
It's the way you are.
I know stuff.
Things happen to people.
What was that?
Anyways, that's about it for us. It's been a lovely time, but you know what we got to do? We
gotta
got
do something.
People.
we got to thank our incredible no, let me rephrase that. Our fantastic
Fantastic.
Patreon peep. That's right. This is the lovely individual who donates on a monthly basis. There used to be more of him and they left us. But we still have Jolliver. Thank you for being our hero,
Yes.
taking us from 0 to 100.
Seriously, we need some more of you.
No, but if you want to be cool like Jolliver, head on over to patreon.com/minutetub and support the show any way you can, whether it's $1, $5, or $1,000 a month. We wouldn't turn up our nose at that.
No, even
No.
if it was only 1 month.
Or even if it was only $1,000 every month for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We wouldn't care.
Don't stop there.
All right. There's a lot of Dr. Seuss happening tonight. In a chair.
With a bear.
Uh-huh. In my underwear. Yes.
Don't stare.
Jolliver says he's been locked out of his Patreon for months now.
Well.
Can't fix this.
I'm sorry about that. That's a real shame.
Ooh. I
Hopefully.
hope that he's not trying to tell us something with
No,
that.
I hope you never find your password, Jolliver. I hope you're stuck with us. No, but seriously, help us out if you can. We do have Extra Life coming up at the end of this month, which
like
is Friday.
2 weeks,
the Friday the something. It's the Friday the 1st of November.
1st of November.
So on Halloween, don't expect a TUBCAST.
Yeah.
We will not be live because we're going to be starting around 8 a.m. on November 1st, going till for 24 hours. Yeah, holy cow. What's our stream schedule? Thanks for asking, Darth. If you're curious, we are live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes. Except for next Thursday. They're not
except for Halloween.
except for Halloween.
Which is
and
not next
Thanksgiving.
Thursday. It's the next one. So not this Halloween. We will not be live that night because, like I said, 24 hours starting at around 8 a.m. Friday, November 1st.
That's right. We decided at 8 a.m.
Or roughly. Maybe 7.
Roughly.
Maybe whenever. But it'll be around that time. You'll be able to catch us for 24 hours. Come hang out with us there. You're going to start seeing links for donations to the Children's Hospital all over our social media accounts.
Yep.
Go follow @MinuteTub on Twitter, and you can find all of our Twitter accounts there. We would appreciate any follows you want to throw our way. Check us out on Instagram or the Facebook, all MinuteTub. We do appreciate all of your support. Thank you for watching. We are honored to be here, but
That's
we're going to
true.
leave now.
Yeah.
So
It's been great.
It's been something fantastic.
And if you haven't hit that heart on our Twitch stream,
please
do
follow
it.
us.
You'll get that notification every time we go live.
That would be great. Jolliver says, I need to join the donation thing for 24-hour stream. You do! So
Do it!
Go
Anyone
ahead.
can join our team.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join our team and help us reach our goal, you can do that. We would appreciate that help. And yeah,
It'll be good.
so come hang out with us. We'll probably play some Jackbox.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
probably get into all kinds of shenanigans. Man, those late hours of that
Yeah.
stream get weird.
We're going to have some salami.
If you bring up the stupid salami one more time, Kyle, I will beat you over the head with a hard salami.
I'll watch.
Oh, gross.